Well, I am going to show how I cook a germ pasta dinner. So this is germ week. Now you can go on your phone. You got the World Library in your pocket usually, or somewhere close at hand. Remember 30 years ago, think about when we wanted to know the empirical truth of something, the facts, the evidence. We would go to a library, research it, because we'd be told one story about the thing, then somebody tells us a different story, and then we hear nobody has time to go. We didn't have time to go to the library, research everything to find out the most empirical truth. So here's what I do. When I hear something, I go to the top of the pyramid. What's the top of the pyramid? The people who write the books on this stuff, who do that for a living, but people who study that thing, they write the books and they teach it at universities and pass it on, pass it forward, pay it forward, right? And that's where I get my information, is at the top of the pyramid. I don't pay any attention to what people say unless it's conforming to what I now perceive as common sense, right? So I know I started off right away, didn't I? Just speaking my opinion, right? Yeah. So I choose to engage in what's called critical analytical thinking for myself. I decide, because you have never been wrong about anything in your life. Did you know that? That's true. You have never been wrong about anything in your life unless you decided that it was like a wrong way for your process of thinking to go. That's called learning. We learn from child all the way up. We learn, and we make up our own minds. I don't allow people to influence me with their claims or their opinions or their desires or their wants or their expectations of me. I choose to be more personal, analytical, because to me that's taking personal accountability, personal responsibility, and I don't get things wrong. I just refigure things. Okay, that didn't work out right. What happened where that didn't work out right, or the way I would prefer it to work out? It's not that we get things wrong as much as we judge it incorrectly, and it's about readjusting our perception and then going at it again. A lot of people, they'll fail at something and they quit. And a lot of people see that and they go, "Oh, I don't think I can do that." Well, they failed right from the beginning. It's better to try and fail than never try it at all, because that's failure right from the starting gate. So that's how I look at making my dinners. That's how I make my dinners. Oh, so I went out. I had something leaking in the backyard, and so I figured I'd bring it in and share it with you. And here it is. A big, a big, huge leak. Now, what am I going to do with that? I'll never know. I thought I'd try growing them. So I wonder if I can grow those. Now I got this long row of them, and I'm going to eat them for the first time because they're getting like that. Look at my hand. Look like that is a beast of a leek. And I just want it to leak right into my dish. So I'm just going to cut this end off here. Oh, that cut easy. My gosh. That cut like it was butter or something. Like that was like nothing. That's really tender. Well, that's good to know. So I'm going to get me a fresh, clean cloth, and I'm going to wipe that down really good with a nice, clean something. I know I got something clean here. Voila. That's like magic. And just kind of get off any excessive dirt, because I pulled this right out of the ground. Dirt was flying. Stuff was flying everywhere. You're coming out with me. No, help me, Mr. Wizard, no. Mr. Bill, I don't want to go. Yeah, I watched a lot of cartoons when I was a kid. So I've never chopped up a leaf before. I don't even know how to go about it. I couldn't tell you. I'm just going to use common sense. So I got all this leafy stuff here, so I'm going to cut off this end game. Throw this, it's an octopus. Yeah, I'll use that like chives and put that in something. So I got a nice clean, look at that. Nice clean leek there. I don't ever remember eating a leek. I've seen them in stores like, what is that thing? And then one day I thought, I think I'll grow one of those. Never eaten one. They smell just like, I don't know, something between an onion and garlic and chive, I guess. Got its own unique kind of smell. So I'm gonna treat it like my onions. I can't grow enough onions. I love onions. So what I got here is I got onions, not from my garden. Got carrots, not from my garden. I can't grow carrots. Bugs eat them when they're little babies. They just eat them all up. I don't. I've tried year after year after year. Bugs just eat them. So I grew some bell peppers last year and I froze them. Some peach. Grew some tomatoes. I cooked it down to a tomato sauce kind of texture. Some grapes for some sweetener. I'm going to add some tomatoes for like a stew kind of tomato kind of environment. And I got some raspberries from last year. And of course I got my leeks here. I don't know what to do with them. I'll never know. Yes, I will. So what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to go with my instincts. Oh, that's a dirty mess underneath there. Must have been some bugs or something crawling in there, carrying some stuff with them or something. Yeah, something on there. Where is mine? So now also what I'm going to add, what I grew up. Now I've made a podcast of what I'm about to show you. Oh, little dirt in there. Little dirt here and there ain't going to hurt anybody. Yeah, so I grew some sprouts. This is broccoli sprouts. I started from seed about 7 days ago was when I started them. Well, they're ready for dinner now. So this is how I start them. I start them in this jar. And you can see here, there's my sprouts. They smell like spicy. Broccoli sprouts, kind of a spicy. I'm gonna do radish seeds in the same way. I got a whole bunch of radish seeds they're all going to seed now because they grew throughout the winter. Who knew radishes grow throughout the winter? Well, it depends upon where you're at. We had snow, cold weather in the 20s. Those radishes, they just stayed green. What? Thousands of them. So I'm gonna let them do their thing. I used them for topping the radish leaf. Put them on my topping with my, top my dinners with the radish leaf and kale leaf and yeah. What else I had back there all through winter? Oh yeah, chives. Yeah, I had chives all winter. And some other things, don't remember offhand, but so what I'm going to do is I'll save this leek for another day. That's enough stuff. So I've got what? I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I got 10 different ingredients that are going to go in my pasta. So I'm going to get the water boiling and all that stuff, and I'll see you like that. So I chose to saute my leeks and my carrots and my onions and my bell peppers. And so I'm going to be sauteing those, and I'm going to take some frozen cubes of chicken breast, put them in the microwave because they're frozen. And I'll soften them up, and then I'll throw in I'll cut them in little pieces and saute those with some olive oil. Oh, there it is. And I'll saute those with some olive oil. Please subscribe, thumbs up. I make all kinds of different combinations of meals. And so what I did is I took the leeks, the big octopus leek, yeah. And I cut those up into really fine, kind of like chive cuts. And that'll be part of my topping, fresh. I like to have, it's important, I think, from all the biological scientific research that I've studied, you want to have fresh, uncooked stuff with your meal. So I'm going to be throwing in my broccoli sprouts that I started from some seed. And so I'm going to lightly saute this with some virgin olive oil. And get this party rocking and get this party rolling. So what I do is I'll take a whole bunch of spices and I'll put them in this one container. And just, so this, I call this particular combination my pasta mix. So when I make a germ pasta, I think I got everything. Oh, except for some salt. Really important to get salt in there because I only eat 1 meal a day, and so I need salt. And I only use iodine salt, table salt, because the iodine is very important. Every living cell needs iodine. So I just kind of mix that, and I don't consume any calories during the day. I eat after 5 o'clock. I make myself a nice homemade dessert. Typically it's made from fruit that I grew. Raspberries, strawberries, blackberries, blueberries, peaches, apple, stuff like that. And so this way I don't have to get out all those jars and I know exactly what's in here. I know exactly what the spices are going to taste like. And so in their combination, so this one here is going to say pasta mix spice. There you go. So I'll just take like a big heaping teaspoon and I'll be adding that. So these vegetables here, I'm going to sprinkle some of my spices on these. So there's my leeks. I just picked those this afternoon. I'm also going to go pick some asparagus. Those things grow like weeds out there, man, this time of year. Asparagus. Whew. Oh, gosh, I can't even hardly stay on top of those burgers. And so they grow really fast. Asparagus. And so on this lightly stir-fried, on this lightly steamed veggies, I'm going to go ahead and add my spices to that. Quite a bit of spices. I love spices, you know. Yeah. Lots of spices. Oh my gosh. That's like somebody just threw a spice brick at me. It's like, yeah, it's a spice brick. Woo, man. Smacked me right in my noggin, but boy, it smells good. So, yeah, I got all kinds of spices. So pepper, salt, with iodine, all kinds of goodies. Geez, I think there's probably over a dozen spices I like putting in my pasta. I had a brother that came over, and he had one of my pasta dishes. And he's one of those big guys, you know, 250, whatever. He's shorter than I am. I weigh 145. As of this morning, and he had one of my pasta dishes for the first time. His eyes got really big. He kept eating it, and he goes, "Jim, that is the most flavorful pasta I have ever had in my life." He says, "What did you do?" I said, "I had a lot of spices in there." It's like you know, Frankenstein. Who knows that Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde? Yeah, that's kind of how I feel when I do my spices. I let it rock and I just let it roll naturally. And so I'll turn this pasta up a little bit. And so I'll also add some of those spices to my wheat germ pasta. This is a whole wheat germ pasta noodle. Much healthier for you than, yeah, you don't know what's in that white flour, man. Who knows? They throw all kinds of additive things in it. If you can't understand what it is, and you know exactly what's in that stuff, I recommend don't eat it. Don't eat it. I don't. Ain't gonna happen. But I don't know exactly what's in my food, because things are gonna get slip by and get me anyway. So I'm gonna be heads up all the time, knowing that some things are gonna get by me now and then. And so by keeping all those toxins low, that I have full control over. Look at those. That's going to go right on top. I'll have some more of those tomorrow. Have some tonight. Have some tomorrow. Tomorrow, there's always tomorrow. It's only a day away. you ain't got those endorphins going by now, I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. So I'll just take my few pieces of chicken. I don't put chicken or stuff like that all the time, but I think it's important to get some meats. Now there's some folks that probably should never eat it. You know, their cholesterol goes way up and they get bypass surgery and all these medications. And there's people that, you know, that's all they should eat because that's their genetic makeup. If they eat anything other than that, they can have all kinds of health issues. Just like some people can eat peanuts and man, they're really healthy for you. Other people eat them and they're in the emergency room. And so it's that old story, you know thyself. There's a lot behind that. And so I just choose to know myself. I think I'm going to throw some grapes in this just to sweeten that up a little bit. Throw a little grape in there, sweeten it up a little bit because it's done cooking. That's kind of what I like. I like to throw my stuff that has polyphenol. I like to throw that stuff in there towards the end because it preserves more of the enzymes and stuff. So I'm just going to sweeten up this topping just a little bit here. Well, maybe I'll sweeten it up a lot. Let's add some peaches, shall we? Oh, yeah, let's just go ahead and do it. Add it all together. Like birds of a feather. So, yeah, I'll adjust things on the fly. I go like, what makes more sense right now? I don't know. You know what? Maybe this does. So I'm going to check those noodles. See if they've been noodleized. Noodleized and tenderized. So what do we got here? I like to break mine up into quarters. Tastes done to me. I don't like to overcook my food. So I think maybe what I'll do is I will go ahead and make my sauce. You know what? See how I change things? That's how I do things every day. Change on my fly. It's my fly. I'll zip it up when I want. It's my fly. I'll zip it up. And so I'm going to have to break out the big pan because I am changing things up on the fly. And so what I'm going to do is I am going to make a pasta sauce full of veggies. And so I will just take that noodles and I will just yeah, I just change things up all of a sudden, you know. Get an inkling. As long as it's not a sinking inkling. I've had those. Yeah, I got the spices in there already. Yeah. Rocking and rolling. And that is how I'm going to do it. So all I need to do is just basically melt this down. This tomato sauce that I made, the cubes here, they're already cooked down. So the tomatoes, the round tomatoes, well, I had so many of those. If I had a choice between growing the bigger tomatoes and the little ones, I'll tell you what, every year, I'm not even going to plant the bigger ones. I'm planting these medium ones. They are such mass producers. I couldn't believe it. It's like I have to wait for a month and a half. I see a bigger tomato starting to get big enough. I'm going like, going out there, what the heck, man? That thing's taking forever. And then I see these red ones coming, these little ones coming on. I'm going like, start picking those. And every day I'm going out with a bucket. And I'm filling up my bucket every day of those. Whereas those other big ones, I'm going, a month goes by, I'm going, finally. While these have already produced like 4 buckets or 5 or 6. So these, yeah, I don't make sandwiches because I generally don't eat bread. When I do eat bread, I buy a seed bread and I read what's in it. But it's rare. I don't eat bread that often. The only time I think I do eat bread really is for probably nostalgia reasons. I used to love bread. I want to buy some bread. It's been 6 months since I had any bread. But I'm going to buy that seed bread with all those grainy looking stuff. Right? I think that pasta is fini. So we're starting to pick up the pace here. The aroma is filling the house. In the house. Feeling it. I'm feeling it now, man. I'm feeling it now. So I will just get this pasta sauce. I think I made a lot more sauce than I made noodles. But that's okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have enough for probably 4 meals, maybe. I'll eat 1 or 2 the next day, whatever's left over. I'll be freezing that and making something else. So I've got like about 3 different kinds of meals that are like in TV dinner format. They're in these containers that have Ziploc, they're clamp tops. Oh, I got one handy here. So what I do is I'll put like a serving size of something in there, and then I'll take something like this, put a serving size and like this, and put them in the freezer, and I'll let them thaw. So when I'm ready to, cook them up or heat them up, gotta set them in the fridge overnight, and it just drops out, right? I rinse this out real quick and throw it on my dry rack, which is where it's at now. And so, kind of get the general idea there. So this now is going to cook on down. Get to see what this looks like. Look at all those goodies in there. Look at all that stuff, man. So my objective is to grow at least three-fourths of my calorie intake per month. So if I can achieve a 3/4 organically grown food that goes into my microgut biome, and just buy the stuff that I have to, because I like to buy bananas now and then. I like to buy fresh apples, and when mine aren't coming on. I got an apple tree, a peach tree, a cherry tree. I forgot the other ones. I got some other stuff I forgot, but yeah, raspberry bush. So if you can find a spot on your property, you can grow all these things. If you got a neighbor that's got an open spot and they're not planting it, you say, "Hey, John or Mary, can I plant a tree there? Can I plant a little spot garden right there? Can I?" Know your neighbors. I've got a neighbor here next door to me. He's got this big, huge front yard. He does absolutely nothing with that bright light. There ain't one thing growing out in his front yard except for weeds. Lots of dandelions, but he's taking good care of my bees. He's got a lot of dandelions, man. And my bees are in his front yard right now as I'm talking. Right now. I think I'm going to change this over. Get this rocking and roll a little bit better. A little bit faster. Get it grooving. Because that is my big burner there. And so, that is my big burner. And I need this to rock, baby. I need to rock this world. So I got my little bit. Yeah, so these sprouts, if you were to go online, research the elements in broccoli sprouts, including Brussels sprouts, but mostly broccoli. Well, I did most of the research on broccoli. So, but if you research the elements in broccoli, the enzymes, right, the nuts and the bolts, and then you check each one of those things on what it does to the cells of the human body, you'd be shocked. This is like magic to the epidemiological response of the body, right? Put those senescent cells back to work. Get rid of some wrinkles that the sun caused damage. Yeah, that sun is burned just so over the decades. That sun's, I mean, I'm in the garden all the time, and my skin, over the decades, working out, spending hours in the garden, my skin is not happy. So I wear these. So I'm out now. I always wear these guards, right? Sun guards, and now I try to wear gloves, these light gloves, cloth gloves, so they can breathe. My hands breathe. And so, and I wear this net thing over my head. It goes around with a hat, right? So it protects the side of my face. So I am taking measures to keep my skin a little bit healthier, because if your skin's healthier, your skin is an organ, and if we take care of all of our organs, which includes our skin, keep it moisturized, natural. Our skin produces natural oils, and I don't like to wash off my oils. That's right. I don't take baths, and I don't take showers, and I don't wash up unless I'm dirty. I'm out in the garden, I got dirty somewhere, or I got some dirt on my legs or something, I'll wipe that off, but I use water. But when I'm cooking, I will use soap. When I'm doing something with food, with something's going to go in my mouth, yep, wash my hands with some soap and some water really good up around my wrists, and then I touch food. Yeah, that's how I do it. So, what I'm thinking about doing, I just got a thought. I could be dangerous. I just got a thought. I might puree all this down into a thicker sauce. Because when I add my peaches and my grapes, that really makes it runny. And I don't want to keep boiling it down, and destroying some of those enzymes that I want to keep. So what I think, because it's so hot though, I'm going to have to wait until it cools down. Because I put it in a tall blender. One time I put something like that into my glass blender. I put the top on there and I pushed the power and it went everywhere. All over the kitchen. Nobody told me that could happen. I think a physicist did one time. Don't put something hot in a sealed lid container and turn it on with friction, because all that vapor is going to want to escape quickly, because that's mixing up, so there's still heat trapped on below. And when you turn that blender on, that heat that's below the surface is now up above the surface, creates a pressure, and the food goes all on the walls and the cabinet. And the wife comes home and she sees that and she goes, "You're fired. Get out of the kitchen." So, yeah, those little things that we just don't know, I guess I could have thrown some more of those leeks in here. I might do that. I might cut up some more leeks and let them leak on in here. Okay, I'm going to finish preparing this. I'll see you like that. Please subscribe, thumbs up, ring my bell. Okay, I decided that I'm not going to put this hot stuff in the blender. I'm going to use this handheld one, and I'm going to blend it up that way. I don't want to risk my food all over the walls. Now, if I put in like a little bit at a time, it works. I've done it that way. So here we go. I'm going to thicken this stuff up. A thickened pasta sauce. Okay, so the little handheld blender. This was it was really watery. So I changed the name of the game. So now I got a real pasta sauce. All kinds of goodies in there. Oh my gosh, all the spices got well mixed up. I'm tempted to taste it, but I'm afraid my tongue wouldn't like it. It's like, ow. Boy, did you know that's hot? Too hot to trot now, baby. So my toppings now are going to be my leek leaf, my raspberry. Ooh, yeah, it's tendering up just fine. And my broccoli sprouts. Okay, I'm going to get myself out of the plate. Geez, it's 6 o'clock in the evening. I've had 0 calories all day. It's time for me to eat. Been a busy boy all day long. And it's time to recharge those cells. Give them the things that they like. I think I'm just going to mix it all up. Stir it up, little darling, stir it up. Yeah, I'm thinking that's a little more sauce than wheat germ noodles, but that's okay. Ain't no law. I shot the sheriff, but I didn't shoot the deputy. Yeah, that's looking really good. Smells so spicy. Making my mouth water. Yeah, water, water, water. Yeah, I'm going to have to cook up some more noodles because that is more pasta sauce. That is so much more pasta sauce than noodles. Now, as this sits in the freezer, it's going to absorb some of that moisture and it's going to become a thicker dish, which is cool. Right? That's cool. I like it that way. I like it that way, yeah. And so what do I got here? And I'm going to take some leeks. Just let them leak right on the surface. Let them leak right on the top. I'll throw on some raspberries. And make it look so pretty. Oh, so pretty. And then I'll take my broccoli sprouts, full of all those chemicals that makes the cells in our body shine. Shine, shine, shine. And that is my dinner. Oh, wait a minute. I went and picked some more asparagus. Hey, I like to eat my asparagus fresh. And so I'd go out there right before I'm ready to eat. I'll go out and so what I'll do is, I don't know, bend it this way, bend this one that way, kind of like that. Make a tic-tac-toe. I don't eat that much. So I think what I'll do is I'll just put these to the side. This time. And there you go. That is going to be my dinner. That is such healthy stuff. Oh my gosh. I'll just go ahead and finish off. That was like one leaf. Like, and I got so many more. What am I gonna do with this big octopus? I don't know. A boy can only eat so much, you know. Yeah, I'll be pulling all those licks. If I ever go any, it's only gonna be like 2. I got like a dozen or more out there, and they're about as big as this one, and they grew all winter. Isn't that crazy? Leeks. Yeah, thinking. I mean, I planted enough to sell them at the store. Hey, that's a good idea. Say, hey, Winkle. Hey, Winkle, you want some leeks? Yeah. All right. Have a good life. Please subscribe, thumbs up, ring the bell, and if you ever want to do a garden, it's amazing where just broaden our perspective, right? It's amazing where we can plant these things. I don't get much sun in my back because I have a forest in the back that shades the morning light. So I'm always scrambling. I have to move stuff around sometimes because things are thinking that they're going into winter like a month too soon. So anyway, plan ahead, ask ahead, get a garden going, and eat healthy to be healthy. In here and in here. Bye now.